The one key that I have found in my life to creating more success, more happiness, and a better life is to prioritize you. This is a framework that has helped me think about life, helped me make decisions in life, and has made me happier and more successful in every area of my life. And so I'm going to share this with you today. You will never be able to give your best to others if you do, and first give your best to yourself. There are 3 main areas that I like to look at when I think about prioritizing me. We're going to go through each of these 3 briefly. First is what we think. When we think about what we want to think about, what we tell ourselves, our self-talk. I have found that when I am focusing on the negative, when I'm focusing on what's wrong, it doesn't matter how much positive there is around me. I will always find something to be upset about. But when I start to focus on the positive, when I start to focus on what I'm grateful for, it doesn't matter how much negative there is around me. I will always find something to be grateful for. So what are you feeding your mind? What are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because all of these things impact what we think. And we can control what we think. We can choose what to listen to. We can choose who we surround ourselves with. We can choose what we watch. We can choose what we read. All of these things impact what we think. And what we think impacts how we feel. And so this is the first place that we need to start when we think about prioritizing you. What are you feeding your mind? Second is what we do. We can choose how we respond to people. We can choose how we respond to situations. We can choose how we spend our time. We can choose how we spend our money. And so many of these things impact how we feel. And if we're spending our time with people that aren't treating us well, if we're spending our money on things that we don't value, if we're spending our time doing things that we don't enjoy, then it's not going to help us feel good. And so when we think about what we do, when we think about how we spend our time and how we spend our energy, that also helps us to feel better. This is another piece of prioritizing you. Third is what we feel. How do we respond to the way that we feel? If we're feeling upset, or we're feeling negative, or we're feeling stressed, what do we do with that? Do we allow ourselves to feel that way? Do we try to push it away? Do we try to distract ourselves with food or social media or shopping or whatever it might be? Or do we allow ourselves to sit in that feeling, process that feeling, and then let it go? I think that so many of us have been taught that we need to be happy all of the time and that it's bad to feel negative emotions. And I really do believe that our negative emotions are just as important and just as valid as our positive emotions. And if we're trying to push away the negative, if we're trying to push away the bad, then we're not allowing ourselves to experience the full range of human emotion. And so what I have found is that when I try to sit in the negative, when I try to sit in the bad, work through it, process it, it doesn't last as long. It doesn't have as much power over me. Then I can move into something that feels better, something that feels more positive. But we can't get to that if we don't allow ourselves to experience the negative. And so prioritizing you also means allowing yourself to experience the full range of human emotion. Not just the good stuff, but also the hard stuff, the sad stuff, the negative stuff, the uncomfortable stuff. When we think about what we think, what we do, and how we feel, these are the things that we can control. And so when we prioritize you, when we make you a priority, it allows you to feel better. And you can never be a good friend if you're not a good friend to yourself. You can never be a good partner if you're not a good partner to yourself. You can never be a good parent if you're not a good parent to yourself. And so when we prioritize you, it makes it easier to prioritize others. It also makes us feel better. And I really do think that when we feel better, we can be better for others. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you will think about prioritizing you. And if you want some more tips and strategies on how to do that, leave me a comment below. Let me know that you'd like some more tips on prioritizing you.